Hello and welcome to another episode of the Black Cat Show. I'm your host, Cody Lee, and I have quite a lot to talk to you about. I suppose I should start with some levity. I have indeed cleared the fourth Pantheon of Hollow Knight. That's right. After struggling all of last night, I finally got up and did it off stream, and now I started playing the fifth one and I lost, so I'm probably going to do that again tonight. So Hollow Knight is a great game, and if you haven't already played it, go check it out. I will probably do a write-up on it on blackcatbooks.org, and I'm an Amazon affiliate now, so I should be able to link it there, and you can buy it through that link. And fantastic. I think that's how it works. I think Hollow Knight's on Amazon. But anyway, so yeah, blackcatbooks.org. I will be able to recommend you products through my website and then post links. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. But anyway, so man, oh man, I don't even know where to begin with this one. Like, it's like I start talking about Digibro, I start going off on pedophiles, and as it turns out, they're making moves to normalize it in the mainstream. There have been lots of different signs of this, like the same sort of signs that people who have been concerned about the homosexual agenda have been noticing. Like, yeah, it really does feel like they're getting ready to push pedophilia, and this is apparently their next major step forward. Cuties, a Netflix original show. Like, I know nothing about this. All I know is the name, and like it's pro pedophile. I don't know how it's pro pedophile. I don't know anything about it. So I just know a scant bit about it, and I wanted to read about it on stream. Whoever created the movie Cuties is trash. Whatever Netflix worker allowed it on there is trash. Whoever likes the movie is trash. Trash apparently equates to pedophiles. Honestly, like, trash is better than pedophiles, because trash at one point had a purpose. At one point, trash was something you needed to have, right? It was a thing. It was completely necessary. But oh no, what the fuck is this? While the Cuties movie itself may address deeper cultural undertones, the synopsis, content, trailer, the mature rating, abject apology issued by Netflix all express a disturbing tone involving the mainstream hypersexualization of children. Why did they censor sex? Well, anyway. So, yep, how are you, Cuties? Ah, damn. These fucking Digibros, man. One ticket for Cuties, please. Oh, no, I can see Digibro doing it now. So 4chan has banned discussion of Cuties. Is 4chan more ethical than Netflix? Obviously. Like, shit, anyone who's actually been on Netflix, been on 4chan can tell you they're a lot more reasonable than what these fucks are trying to push on you. Yeah. 4chan, in spite of their reputation, actually I would say because of their reputation, has actually sort of become this bastion of like hyper morality. Like, they are... I would be shocked if they weren't like the center stone as to what's going on here. Like, Cuties discussion. I guess we could look it up. I don't normally browse on TV, but did they ban discussion of it? Would it be here, or did they actually ban it? Yeah, I saw Cuties. Netflix interns trying to figure out how to respond to pages of hate mail about Cuties or on support sites and Twitter. Be honest, V, you'll watch it, don't you? Is this the new marketing? Ah, damn, damn, this is just... okay, I guess we're going to have to stick with Twitter. I need a synopsis of what this movie is actually supposed to be about. And unfortunately, I was hoping one would pop right up. But again, I was busy today. I just got my hair cut. Isn't it nice? And I don't know. Okay, we're deeply sorry for the inappropriate artwork that we used for Cuties, the statement read. It was not okay, nor was it representative of this French film which won an award at Sundance. Oh, yeah. Critics like this pro-pedophilia movie. Imagine my shock. Imagine the same people who are going out doing all this crazy deranged shit, depraved shit, like, oh man, supporting this. Like, oh, unbelievable. Okay. Gee, I could never have seen that coming. Git. Pedos out here defending Cuties. Oh no. When even Peter Griffin is coming after you, you know shit is up. You know shit is up. Me, when I see someone defend the existence of that Cuties movie on Netflix. Oh wow, we really are going that direction. Like, people are, like, unironically, like, yeah, we should probably kill the people responsible for this. Holy shit, it's that bad. Holy fucking shit. What's stopping you from canceling Netflix? Yeah, we need to cancel Netflix, for sure. Like, that image, I don't even need to, like, know anything about it. Like, just seeing the image is just, no. This needs to stop. In fact, a lot of things need to stop, okay? A lot of shit. I haven't talked nearly enough about, like, LGBT culture and how this is contributing to this. Spoiler alert, they're behind all of it. It's, damn, unbelievable. All right, Netflix has apologized after a poster advertising an upcoming film was accused of normalizing pedophilia. So it's just a poster. People haven't actually seen the thing. Me seeing the tweets from Americans who haven't seen Cuties saying it's a pedophile movie and it's an Islamic when it's literally against over-sexualization of children and it's made by a black Muslim woman. So the damage control is already seeping in, I imagine. I would like to see some more specific information, though. Yeah, the Twitter mob is not doing the Twitter job is not doing it for me. Who made... Wait, here we go. Who made the poster for Cuties sexualizing children, Netflix? Who approved posting the film's description celebrating 11-year-old girls twerking? Have those degenerates been fired? Have police been notified? Netflix pedophiles. Yeah, I was just thinking today how trashy twerking is. I was just thinking about how I avoid places that have black women twerking, and yeah, because it's trashy as fuck, and don't do it. So, I mean... No, this is not okay. It's not cool. It's not trendy. You can't even argue like, oh, it's good exercise. Like, no. Get into weightlifting. Start running. Like, take care of yourself better. Like, don't eat better. Like, there's all these different things you can do to take... the girls want to do it. I don't know. Probably because they're being pressured to by these men, by these pedophiles. As we know, these people... live to take advantage of children, right? It's... Holy fucking shit. I canceled my Netflix a long time ago. Oh, yeah, by the way, that's absolutely what you should do. I don't have Netflix for this precise reason. Again, because I saw this kind of thing coming. I'm not exactly surprised this was coming, because this absolutely was in the cards. Like, this is, this is the next step forward to... the LGBT community to incorporate pedophiles into the mix. They want to normalize pedophiles, and I think that's kind of the end goal, at least for like a lot of these elites, a lot of these people who have to like sneak around with their underage escorts. The people who rely on Epstein, like who relied on Jeffrey Epstein, these billionaires who know they'll be like eviscerated in public if they come out about their if they come out about their interests, their fetish. It's... I mean, they should be. Like, they should be, like, in trouble for this. Like... But, yeah, it's getting more and more extreme. Like, it feels like every year you're always seeing more and more shit like this. Like, the push to sexualize children. Like really... There have been countless, like, examples of this, but, like, as we continue with the Black Cat Show, like, we will continue shining a spotlight on these issues. Susan Rice is on the Netflix board of directors. Also, why have their parents let their children be in this? Probably for money. That's really all there is. There's a lot of trashy parents, especially in Hollywood. They're specifically putting their kids in these situations in exchange for fame and fortune. Unbelievable. They're willing to sacrifice the integrity of their children for money, basically, which is honestly... How about you work for your money, you lazy fucks? Again, the parents are just as responsible. Like, they should have been more protective. Actually, I'm angry at parents in general for letting kids do whatever they want. or even like pushing them to do the wrong thing. Like parents today are trash. So everywhere they're trash, and that's just another example of that. Like people don't know how to. Well, millennials, and I think Gen X, baby boomers, like all these people don't know how to be parents. Like of course you're gonna have like an occasional happy couple who occasionally are able to do a pretty good job. But like I have plenty of people in my family who are divorced. You have like divorce in and of itself is like a little bit depraved if you really think about it, because you're really fucking over these kids and giving them like a warped mindset of how relationships are supposed to work. Like divorce was probably like the start of it, right? Like the breakup of the nuclear family, right? The breakup of the family unit. You need to be reliant on the government. You don't have a family. You have the government. The party will look after you. The party is there for you. The party is providing your education and all of that. Like the party is always there for you. That's the mindset. They want you to be more reliant on the government than they are on your own family, and that is absolutely disgusting. Of course, you need to like cut out like toxic family members who are like causing problems. Like, of course, I don't talk to a lot of my family who are causing problems, but again, this is absolutely another example of just how far the entertainment industry has fallen, or how corrupt it is. I think, and how they're trying to promote pedophilia in Hollywood and other aspects. Let's see. So the preteen twerking show Cuties on Netflix, that's for pedophiles, right? Because what normal human would want to watch that? Cuties is a beautiful film. It gutted me at Sundance Fest. It introduces a fresh voice at the helm. She's a French Senegalese black woman mining her experiences. The film comments on the hypersexualization of pre-adolescent girls. Disappointed to see the current discourse. So you're enabling pedophiles. Like, again, this really needs to be said. Like, women are enabling this behavior too. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen this with like dance moms and stuff like that. Like, women who want to live through their very young daughters, basically, and pushing them to like be hypersexualized. Like again, the parents. Like, it's not just the dad; it's the moms too. Like, again, don't be fooled by a female defending this shit. Like, don't be fooled by their damage control, because again, they damage control everything. They damage control the LGBT community, and they're doing the same now for pedophiles. They are desperately trying to normalize it, and I really wonder if they're ever actually going to succeed, because a part of me like thinks they never succeeded with homosexuality, but on the other hand, like kind of they pushed it everywhere, right? Like, it's everywhere now. They've brainwashed a lot of people. They who revolve their entire lives around this toxic sort of practice, this disgusting, deplorable thing that was artificially implanted into them, and that really needs to be stated a lot. I think is that like this behavior is not natural. Like, it's being taught to them by the people responsible for them, like the media, parents, things like that. Like those people want this to happen. It's that's just the way it is, and you need to like look out for that in your own family life and endeavors. I'm kind of worried about my own little cousins actually, and how this is going to. Oh no. When 4chan, one of the most disgusting places on the internet, not true, has higher moral standards than the Netflix pedophilia Cuties, do not post any imagery from this show which sexualizes children. Anyone posting images sexualizing children would see permanent bans. Netflix may around this crap. 4chan does not. Holy shit. Based 4chan. Disgusting. Netflix sexualizing young girls. Is that really a girl though? I almost thought like it was like a cross-dress. This is how far I thought I'd gone. I've gone down this rabbit hole. Like, I thought it was like boys being dressed like girls, like acting like whores, like a trans drag queen type shit. But no, apparently they are girls. That was the impression I got. Did Netflix change the Cuties movie description to stop them looking like pedos? Guys, the damage is already done. You all fucked up. Okay. Cuties coming on September 9th. 11-year-old Amy starts to rebel against her conservative family's traditions when she becomes fascinated with a free-spirited dance crew. Yeah, that's red flags. That's a red flags. I can already tell you that I don't trust anyone defending this shit. Really big red flags. Oh no. Do you support pedophilia? A simple yes or no will suffice. We cannot really comment on that, but while we believe in creative freedom, at Netflix we respect all religions and their cultures, traditions, and values. Wow. That's how they're gonna hide behind pedophilia. Well, some people, the age of consent is lower in some religions and cultures. We're inclusive. We're open-minded. Like, maybe it's okay to fuck little children. Like, that's Netflix right now. That's Netflix right now. Like, unbelievable. Does Netflix think our daughters are only valuable insofar as they can cosplay as sluts who are sexually available to men? Well, lesbians exist. No, they don't, by the way. Hashtag lesbians don't exist. Parents of young children petitioned to remove Cuties from Netflix. Made a joke about the film marketing, but this piece is very revealing. All right. I guess we'll look at this. Do we have a chat? Oh, hello, chat. Twerking is bad. Yep, there you go. Let's see. Yeah, it's a French show. Yeah, it's kind of everywhere, I would say, especially in the West particularly, but I mean, I don't see this in Japanese media, or, I mean, what am I talking about? Yeah, it's a French show, but I imagine, like, the same sort of, the kind of people are behind it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, it's not just Hollywood. I said Hollywood as, like, a general term, like, not literal Hollywood, like, entertainment people. Like, it's everywhere in the entertainment industry, I should say. Like, in every country, I should say. Okay, I guess we'll look at this. Cuties and Netflix's betrayal of Mamona Decour by Kaz Armstrong. When thinking about closely observed films about girls' childhoods, a few spring to mind. Water Lilies and Tomboy, about a trans boy. By Celine Sciamma, show children learning about their bodies and sexuality. The Florida Project by Sean Baker shows a child unaware of the poverty and struggles around her. Cuties, Magones, I can't even look at this shit. The directorial debut of writer-director Mamona Decour explores rebellion, obligation, and sexualization. It isn't caught in a storm about Netflix's marketing, which threatens to overshadow the other aspects of the film. The promotional pictures by Netflix, to which they have since apologized, show a very sexualized group of preteen girls twerking, and has caused outrage. Many people have seen the poster and have assumed the film is pedophilic. It is. This marketing focused on the most controversial part of the film and expanded it to offensive proportions in order to get attention. But is the content of the film really that controversial? Yes. Cuties follows 11-year-old Amanita Amy, played by Fatia Youssouf. Her family is Senegalese, and they struggle to fit in with the community in France. They have strong traditions and expectations, which her peers don't experience. She wants to wear the same clothes that they do. She wants to dance and be free of her obligations. Let's see. She integrates with the popular girls at school, carefully negotiating their bullying tactics to join their dance group. Her family is increasingly distraught by the path that she's going down, and with a family wedding on the horizon, it all comes to a head. There are a number of different scenes that focus on coming-of-age experiences. The realization that your parents are struggling emotionally, getting your first period, being confronted by shocking facts about sex and bodies. Who would want to watch this? Like, again, here's the thing. We sort of see this with Digibro, right? I observed this about Digibro. Like, he sort of, like, fetishizes childhood. You know what I mean? Like, he's always talking all this shit about, like, didn't he, like, specifically mention he wants to, like, take care of a little sister and then fuck her, right? That's Digibro. That's his fetish. That's what he wants to do, like, because he's a fucking pedophile. Like, this is made for the Digibro audience. Like, again, we're looking at it from, like, the pedophile point of view, right? Like, they want to see, like, they want this kind of content to emphasize how young these people are. You know what I mean? Like they want like a lot of firsts. Like they fetishize that kind of thing. It sounds ridiculous, but that's who they are, right? I don't believe the damage control when they say this isn't pedophilia. Ultimately, the film is about a girl navigating these realizations while being under pressure from both her family and her peers to act a certain way. She just wants to express herself and be who she is. She wants to be a thought. Yet, yes, that involves doing things she doesn't want to in order to fit in, but childhood is like that for everybody. What? So why don't you just listen to what your parents say? Okay, whatever. The most controversial element is the examination of the sexualization of young girls. The film explores how preteen girls understand, or don't, society's sexualization of them. What? What? Preteen of them? Preteen girls, them. Society is sexualizing preteen girls. This is okay. The mask does drop if you're reading in between the lines and realizing that like, oh, these people are full of shit. Like, yes, they are trying to push a pedophile agenda. The film is from their perspective and is steeped in their naivete. They want to emulate older women who are popular, famous, and rich. But there's so much they don't understand about their behaviors and why they're dangerous and inappropriate. The way this copycat behavior is shown in the film does admittedly get very uncomfortable to watch at times, arguably overstepping the mark, particularly in the dance scenes. The audience is confronted by sexualized dance moves from 11-year-old characters. We're supposed to believe this is pedophilia. And we are forced to consider a world which encourages women and girls to act in that way. Ooh, you gotta love this this slant here. Women. What do women have to do with like the treatment of underage girls? Because like adults can do this. Well, adults can be thoughts, right? It's not a good thing for them, but there's, you know, a thing for that. You know what I mean? Like it's their entire reason for existing. Thoughts, basically. Like you could be a thought if you want to be a thought. It's not going to end well for you, but you can be a thought if you're of legal age. 11-year-old girls are not of legal age. That's the issue. Like, they're simultaneously trying to point this agenda that it's not okay for women to be sexual, but it's okay for preteen girls to be sexual. Am I reading this right? The film does not celebrate or promote this. We are rightly appalled, as are the other characters on screen witnessing it. The sexualization of girls is a key thing, but is far from the only important part of this complex film. Ooh, it's so deep and complex. Ooh. You know they use the same kind of same kind of language to justify shit like Brokeback Mountain. Oh, it's gay, so it's more deep and complex than other romance movies simply because it's gay. This is pedophilic, so it's deep and complex because it's pedophilic. Oh, you wouldn't understand Cuties. It's not for pedophiles. You just don't get it. You're not cultured enough. That's their mindset. That's the angle they're trying to go with. So when Netflix's marketing puts out I think that's one of the reasons they're emphasizing this is from France, by the way. They are deliberately, gotta love how they leveraging the most controversial aspect of the film in an inappropriate way. They're doing exactly what the film itself puts under the microscope, sexually exploiting girls without the mature discussion required. It's clickbait. The risk is that this messaging will detract from the nuances of a carefully considered examination of girlhood and create a discourse about sexuality alone. In fact, why do we need a discourse about sexuality? It's very basic shit that you'll learn in like a couple of science classes, okay? Sex ed, okay? Hey, this is how you have sex. Like, that's all you need to know, okay? In fact, the film contains rich themes of immigration, peer pressure, obligations, tradition, bullying, menstruation, identity, culture, and self-expression. Gotta love how they like blend in like all this bullshit in with like actual themes, like ooh, menstruation. Oh man, Cuties treads a careful line. It doesn't always land on the right side of it, but at least it has an incredibly noble aim, which it approaches with careful observation and nuance. By the way, isn't this the same way they tried to damage control The Last of Us Part 2? Or like they tried to, oh, it's so stunning and brave how they killed off the protagonist of the last game. Like, the fans just don't get it. Like, it's the same kind of narrative. Like, because it has a higher goal, it's higher arc, essentially, rather than, like, actually being a compelling film or piece of entertainment or an actual story with engaging characters. Oh, it's good because it's propaganda. That's it. Like, this is an example of these people in the entertainment industry trying to push pedophilia onto you, right? Like, they're trying to justify it, desperately trying to justify it, and are really growing increasingly salty when people call them out on their shit. But it does the film and its creators a complete disservice, creating the impression that it is entirely pedophilic in nature. Netflix have thrown Memona Dekur under the bus for clicks and have sabotaged what should have been a discourse about girls' childhood. Please do not boycott an important film, especially one by a black female filmmaker, based on an inaccurate and inflammatory marketing over which she had no control. Oh man, don't blame our black female creator. They're hiding behind race. They're doing all this shit to try and protect their brand or whatever, protect the creator. I imagine there's like two different angles to this. There's the Netflix damage control, and then there's the pedophile damage control. So of course you have like people just generally defending Netflix, and then you have people defending this film. So yep. Let's see. Oh yeah, Battletoads. I've heard Battletoads is bad. Yeah, for sure. All right, so I think that's everything I wanted to talk about when it came to Cuties. Yeah, it's been about half an hour. Yeah, that's everything. I mean, maybe there's something else here. Yeah, they are. I'm sure they're completely on the ball. I mean, I'm sure they're completely. I'm sure they're already in full damage control. Oops. Oh no. Oh no, this is a photo of the man who greenlit Cuties. Disgusting. Oh no. Oh no. This is disturbing. Let's see. Alright. So unless we see any other interesting aspects, just change the description and thumbnail. Oh wow. Economic left. What the fuck is wrong with Netflix? 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 Who is this for? Like shit, if everyone fucking hates it. I went onto a wiki for the director to Cuties. The director is a female 35-year-old Memona Dekur. She wrote this awful movie script in early 2017. And this script won an award. A fucking award. Society is a joke. Because they want to normalize pedophilia. That's all it is. Like, and Netflix pushing out pedophilic original movies. Imagine what they are going to do to Avatar. Yep. Alright. Pathetic. Netflix did nothing wrong. Pedophilia is not normal. Yep. Alright, so I think that's everything. Alright. Oof. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more deep dives we could do onto this situation. There's a lot more we could talk about, but damn, that is very, it's very disheartening this thing even exists. But I'm really glad to see people come out and really shit on it and really give them what for. Oh, by the way, I've of course I'm posting the Discord link in the chat. You can call in if you like. Be sure to let me know. All right, I keep forgetting to post it in before I go live. Like I probably should do that first thing from now on, so we could talk to people about things. All right, so oh wait, what was I gonna look at? Okay, yeah. So Cuties is a piece of shit. What was that other thing I was gonna talk about today?
Really shit on it. Really.
Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, the Democrats are having their own little situation here. Okay, So, of course, as we all know, the riots are entirely supported by the Democrats. The Democrats are basically allowing the rioters to destroy their cities in a desperate attempt to sort of somehow own Donald Trump. I don't know what they were trying to do. Okay, so there are like bits and pieces of things I think they wanted to happen, but like it all just kept getting out of hand. Okay, so what I think they wanted to do is that they wanted things to get out of control, and they wanted Trump to declare martial law, send in the army or whatever to like stop the riots, and then the media would be able to go nuts and call him literally Hitler for sending the army against these peaceful protesters. That's why that's why peaceful protesters was such a big buzzword when the riots were first gaining steam, because they really wanted to emphasize that these violent rioters who were destroying property and destroying business and killing people and just causing millions upon millions of dollars of damage were completely peaceful and were doing absolutely nothing wrong, and we're justifying the death of George. We're justifiably angry at the death of George Floyd by drug addiction. Yes, I do think that's confirmed at this point, that George Floyd did die of a drug overdose. I keep seeing it come up. You do see people trying to damage control it and trying to write it off. I do think at this point it's going to come out eventually. We've seen too much evidence that George Floyd was no saint to really believe it. So to really believe that he was murdered, and I hope this is a valuable lesson to everyone, by the way. When it comes to these riots, when it comes to black people, like they cry racism to get shit. That's it. They know if they cry racism enough, they'll get what they want. Like that's kind of these riots in a nutshell. Like, oh, if we get angry about George Floyd, society will help us get more handouts. This might finally get reparations rolling. We might finally get more money. We might be given more money, I should say, for doing nothing, basically. In fact, being a detriment to society, and it really needs to stop. We really need to stop taking these people seriously when they start crying about being racially profiled, because they're not. The cops are coming after them because they're committing crimes. That's it. That's the only reason the police treat them the way they do, because they're always being caught doing something suspicious or committing some kind of crime, like every single time. Like, it's not. I always see people saying that, like, well, it wasn't that big of an offense, man. He didn't have to withhold. Like, he resisted arrest. We saw this. I think the footage is leaked now. I'm not sure. I think there has been, like, we did see, like, George Floyd, like, making shit up and just all around, like, being an uppity fuck when the cops came after him, who were by the book and protocol. Like, again, that hold the knee, it's perfectly legitimate. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, the entire idea is to restrain a criminal. Like, you're not supposed to let them be able to move and do whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's my understanding of the situation. But right now, the Democrats are trying to hype up their unelectable candidate, Joe Biden, and and his running mate, Kamala Harris. And this has to be the most doomed duo I've ever seen in my life. Like, these two are straight up unelectable for a whole host of reasons. Like, Joe Biden, I don't even think, like, he can go on stage and, like, sound coherent. Like, I have a severe communication disorder, right? I am autistic, and I think I come off more coherent than he does. Like, on stage, talking about, like, important political issues and facts and history, like he's supposed, like, that's his entire career. Like, I do this as a hobby. Like, that fucker will go up there and, like, say the weirdest shit imaginable. Nobody has any faith in this guy. No one. Not the Democrats, certainly not the Republicans, not the Trump supporters, no one. The only reason that people are supporting this guy is because they want an established Democrat in there to get rid of Donald Trump. That's it. They including including a lot of corrupt Republicans, really don't like Donald Trump because he is actually fixing the problems. The problems that they insisted for years, right, were unfixable. Obama coming out there like, oh, we're never going to get those jobs back, and Trump brings them back. You know what I mean? Like, I've been getting nothing but higher and higher paying jobs since Trump was elected. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Like, I myself was a very big go-getter. Like, of course it was, of course I took the initiative on that, right? Like, I worked hard. I earned my money. I did everything I needed to do to be successful, right? Like, check out blackcatbooks.org. I was a big part of that, right? But at the same time, I wasn't being fucked over by the government nearly as much as I would have been, like, under a Democrat, as they always mandate, like, oh, we need more immigrants, we need more immigrants, we need less white men and things, fuck the white man. It's nonstop, getting way out of hand, calling everyone racist, sort of like revolving their entire party around these ridiculous identity politics to try and bring back slavery. And I do think that's the main reason why they're so pro-immigrant, because they want their slaves, right? They want to drive down wages and to the point where immigrants are basically slaves. That's the entire point. Like, we're not, if anything, like, keeping immigrants out of the country is a good thing for them as well, because if they keep coming the way they are, America is not going to be the land of opportunity. Like, there's going to be nothing for anyone, because these people are being taken advantage of in the same way that you or I, well, again, they're being taken advantage of, right, to lower wages and fuck over people, like, to be making certain fields overtly competitive when they don't need to be. It's ridiculous. It really, really is ridiculous. And of course, like, Trump is working to put a stop to a lot of that. Of course, we need to, we need the lower levels. Of course, obviously, like, we need to protect, like, basic stuff, entry level stuff. I think is the big thing. We need to protect, like, jobs for kids. I think it's the big thing right now. But we need to eventually move on to higher skill jobs. We need to, like, figure out a way to keep companies from exploiting these kind of practices, right? And of course, the Democrats don't want that, right? These people want to drive down wages. They want to continue justifying it. They want to pretend they're very hateful, despicable people. Although they preach, like, preach a sermon of tolerance, right? Like, they are despicable. They will toss aside these people as soon as they lose their value or worth to them. Like, I don't think that Democrats are going to care about Black lives when it comes time to for them to sort of give up their property or wealth or power or influence. Like, that's kind of, I think, going to be the end of the Democratic Party. I think it's like you're going to have you already kind of have a divide between, like, the establishment Democrats and, like, the socialists, right? The AOC types, the millennials, like, who just want free shit. You already have, like, a massive divide in there. I think they're eventually probably going to start their own party, but with, like, that Democrat. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows, right? Like, I'm not a political expert. I'm, like, a casual observer. I just really, really hate these people. I just really, really hate these people coming out and complaining about stupid shit like Black Lives Matter, like climate change, like I don't know. There's a lot of things. I can't even keep track of everything. There's so much that I'm angry about. The treatment of criminals. We're not dealing with these people properly. Capital punishment should be a thing. Gotta love how they value the lives of criminals more than they value the lives of unborn children. Things like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's countless examples. Oh yeah, they want to take your guns. They want more and more control over you. They want to microchip you. They want to follow you everywhere you go. I mean, there are things you can do to sort of... I'm sure there are things you can already do to mitigate a lot of that. Like, I'm hearing stories about people who like have to remove like Microsoft spyware or whatever and things like that. Like, again, there are things you can do now, but they want to set it up where you can't do those things. You can't preserve your freedom. You can't pursue having wealth. You can't be successful. You can't do certain things. You can't own weapons. Like, it's ridiculous, and you know what I mean? And Trump is a big obstacle to these people who want absolute control over you for that to happen. And I know a lot of people like are always uppity about Trump for like, why hasn't he built the wall? Why hasn't he pardoned Snowden? These people don't really see the big picture, in which like there's 1,000 little ways in which these people exert their power and authority over you. Right? They have to do that. Otherwise, you're just going to ignore them. What Trump is doing is dismantling every little bit of power and credibility they have, piece by piece. And that's going to take, like, probably a lifetime of work. Well, a lifetime. Once, like, these older, in power people die, we're going to see a lot of major changes. I mean, without Ginsburg, once they stop pretending that Ginsburg isn't dead, like, how are they going to keep control over, like... I don't know, man. Once the major changes start coming in, right? Once the Trump major changes, once like a whole generation of people, right, who are influenced by Trump, who realize that like, you know, feminism is retarded, it doesn't work. Communism is retarded, it doesn't work. Our leaders are communists. That's why they're so awful. We need to get rid of them. Once we learn that it's okay to be American, free speech is a good thing. LGBT is disgusting. It's a good thing to have children and live happy, productive lives. Like, there's a lot of things people can do right now to like make America a better place. And like I'm doing all I can in my life, mostly just becoming successful in my own way. But like, yeah, everybody needs to do that. Everyone needs to like sort of rise up and like sort of challenge these people, saying like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not going to accept homosexuals. I'm not going to accept unlimited immigration. I want more money. I want to get better jobs. Yeah. By the way, we need to get rid of colleges too. I mentioned this on Twitter. Maybe that should be another subject. College is completely unnecessary. I really do think this, especially now that I'm officially making more than most college graduates in America. Yes. I, without a degree, you know, after years of being told I would be working at McDonald's forever because I didn't have a degree, I am making more than most college graduates in America because I knew what I was doing. I knew what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be, how to attain it, how to get the skill, the experience, the physical prowess, the things I needed to accomplish, right? Like, I went out, got it, and became successful in spite of all the barriers in my way. Oh, you have to go to college. Oh, you have to do this. I'm not giving you money. Like, no. Like, I had all of these obstacles, and I was still very successful. And I think that's a very important life lesson. Like, even if things do get worse, and they might, even during the pandemic, even during like the rule under our communistic or overlords, despite everything, like, you have to remember that you are American, that your values are good, they are just, they are wonderful, they are something to be proud of, and that you are a person worthy of value and respect. And you can be successful in spite of the artificial barriers they put in front of you. Like, you will overcome it, you will rise up, you will do the things that you want to do, as if you commit yourself fully to it, in spite of the obstacles. Like, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent there. My apologies. Yes. Let me see here. About 45 minutes in. Yep. All right. So, Not only have the Democrats not mentioned crime, they haven't mentioned China, Russia, impeachment, judges, North Korea, a border wall, taxes, trade, God, or terrorism. And they're pushing gun control in an era where they're seriously like trying to defund the police. That's another thing about like the Democrats right now is that their narratives are confused. Like they simultaneously want guns taken away because like, oh, we live in an environment where you can just call the police, and then they just turn around and say you need to defund the police. Like it's retarded. It's two-faced. It's ridiculous. They just want to take away everything that makes this country what it is. It's just it's embarrassing. It's pathetic. All of you are cucks. All of you are pathetic people. You're all shills. Oof. Hillary paid $9 million for foreign interference to get a wiretap. She's complaining about fairness. yeah. Didn't Obama like order Trump to be spied on, and these people are like trying to damage control that? Oh, well, Trump was colluding with the Russians. What evidence do you have for that, you motherfuckers? Like, okay. The Democrats are embracing socialism, which killed 100 million more people in the last century. But I'm supposed to get upset about a bunch of harmless eccentrics who are at least patriotic? No. Ooh, is he talking about like the Proud Boys, or who is he talking about? Like that is a really good point. These I don't know. Like I don't see any far right protesters like killing people. Like I don't know. Like really, I think it's very clear to everyone that it's like the left going out and doing this stuff. Now that was kind of there was kind of a narrative, you know, back when the riots first started, that all the real damage was being done by like white supremacists just pretending to be Antifa members. But like it's such a stupid narrative. I don't think it stuck. Like I think anyone who was following it was like, yeah, that's really fucking retarded. MSM, like shit. Are you fucking serious? AOC is right. We now know this wasn't a strategy of necessity to boost Democratic power. It was an anti-demographic effort to keep progressives out of office. I'm a Democrat. This hypocrisy from the speaker is unacceptable. No more blacklisting those who help primary challengers. No one gets to complain about primary challenges again. So, DCC, when can we expect you to reverse your blacklist policy against primary orgs? Because between this and lack of care around Challenger, it seems like less of a policy and more of a cherry pick. What is she even talking about? Hiroshima Democrat. Let's see. Oh, hey, look, it's Harmon Smith. The second and final debate between Alex... Okay, this is just... Yep, I think they really are just... I don't know, man. Like, they've alienated everyone. Like, the Democrats' numbers are way down. Nobody's following their big show. Oh, did Trump just tweet about it? I stand for law and order, and I took action. Oh, wait. The Democrats are demanding mail-in ballots because the enthusiasm meter for slow Joe Biden is the lowest in recorded history, and they're concerned that very few people will turn out to vote. Instead, they will search and find people, then harvest and return ballots. Not fair. Yes, I believe it. Gotta love how these people will go out and protest, like in-person votes, in person. I mentioned that in another stream, but they are going out and doing that. They really are that fucking stupid. Like, they can't keep their narrative straight. Like, they really can't. Like, they have to damage control so quick, they can't keep track of everything. Like, they aren't able to keep people scared of COVID, right? Like, I was going out today, like, went for a walk, went places, and, people are still wearing masks, but it's so relaxed and so chill. Like, I saw people eating in, like, an open mall food court, right? This isn't what a pandemic looks like. Like, in another couple of months, November, it's going to be over, okay? They weren't able to keep COVID a threat, even in the eyes of the population. Like, they weren't able to convince people that there was a deadly disease swarming the entire globe, right? It was killing people en masse. Like, hospitals are going to be overloaded. Ooh, they're loaded now. No, they're not. Like, no, they're fucking not. I know nurses, okay? I know these people. They're not overloaded. Like, shit. Like, none of the things they said were going to happen happened. And we're supposed to be scared of it. Why? So they can implement more corrupt policies? No. No, no, no. Ooh, it stings because it's true. The Democrats are demanding... Okay, let's see. Hang on. I guess we could look at good old Donald Trump's tweets. Honestly, I could probably do a live show just going over his amazing Twitter account. That I'm surprised... What was the tweet that the Twitter actually deleted? Was it the one where, like, he called out the rioters for being violent? 45th president of the United States of America. Well, I love how, like, the instant I brought up Donald Trump's face, my view count went up by 3 viewers. Thank you all. Be sure to check out my website at blackcatbooks.org. So, yeah, Donald Trump, 45th president of the United States, and probably the best we've had in a long time. Yeah, America first. Yep, I love that slogan. Even if Nick Fuentes uses it too. I stand for law and order, and I took action. Operation Legend has led to the arrest of over 1,000 criminals, including 90 killers, all while sleepy Joe Biden and the radical left excuse violence and crime in their Democrat-run cities. I want safety and security. Joe allows crime. So under the Democrats, they're just going to get worse and worse and worse. What did Obama say? Wait, didn't Obama give a speech recently? Hang on. Let's see, 51% approval. Let's see. Democrats want a world without police, without prisons, and without virtually any... Yeah, I haven't talked about the prison thing. There's so much to fucking talk about at any given time. So, the prison thing, right? The prisons. Okay, so the narrative among the Democrats was like, okay, we have... I think I have mentioned this offhand, but I think it's, it's a daily show. I might as well talk about this again. Yeah, we need to keep on track of this kind of stuff. To see if these stories kind of progress, I need to keep it, like, in my head, in it there. So, prisons. The Democrats, according to them, COVID was a huge risk in prison. We can't expose these convicted criminals to this deadly virus. So instead of, issuing them masks, which, again, are supposedly work, yeah, we're just going to release them in the public. They're gone. They're out. They're out now because we can't keep them safe in the virus. So they're out now, committing crimes. But yeah, that was their logic apparently. Let's see. Trump War Room. Welcome, Barack and Crooked Hillary. See you on the field of battle. You gotta love how their entire platform feels like not Trump. Like that's their entire. That's the entire Democrat like playbook. Like we don't know Trump. Like that's it. Like that's what they want. Like they don't want Trump in there because he's actually fixing America, which is something that these people desperately did not want. Right? I don't know. They keep making all these things that clearly aren't his fault. Like COVID. COVID is an example. Like, literally everything he does is somehow wrong. You know what I mean? Of course, like, COVID is a really good example. Why exactly are people seriously blaming Trump for COVID? Like, what's the... Oh, because he's the president. Yeah, he was just supposed to use his president power. He was supposed to just go into his underground bunker, pick out his, like, Iron Man suit, put it on, and then just fight the virus. Just strangle it before it left China, before it left the Wuhan laboratory. Like, that's what Trump should have done. Like, Trump should have, like, converted the Democratic Party. He should have strangled the virus and then come home, torn down his wall, and then converted into a Democrat. Like, that's what they should have done. Like, that's what they think Donald Trump should have done. Oh, man. Didn't she call him a racist? Didn't she say he was incompetent? When did this happen? No, she called you a racist. Yeah. That's another thing too. Don't let these people call you racist. Just be like, okay. Like, it's not a big deal. It's not an insult. There's nothing wrong with it. Just roll with it. They're not addressing your actual point. They have no argument. They have no leg to stand on. So what? Like, that's it. Like, so what? And then, I don't repeat your point. Like, stand your ground. Fuck them. Yeah, the fact that, like, people are outright... I'm not the only one saying that, by the way. The fact that people are saying that at all, I think blacks have sort of like played their last hand. Like I really do think like the racism card isn't gonna fly in the future because so many people are getting sick of their bullshit. Again, they are a problem, and there's nothing wrong with pointing that out. Okay, so update after night 3, no change. Must read. Let's see. All right, so there we go. Oops, why is my Discord? All right, oof. It's Twitter executive's choice. Only negative of Republican voices, especially mine. Yeah, I really wonder how much longer social media can keep this up because people are becoming increasingly aware that they're corrupt, that they're downplaying conservative opinions, that they're pro-pedophiles in a lot of cases, that they're mining your data, that they're doing all this shady shit. How much longer can they keep getting away with it? I really don't think they will be able to. Like, they can't keep, like, censoring the President of the United States for, doing things. And I think it's, like, they're a couple of steps away from, like, overstepping their bounds and, like, getting some major law passed that'll prevent them from doing that. We'll have to see what that is and how that's going to be regulated, but, yeah, once they lose control of the online narrative, once they stop censoring people, that's going to be it. Like, these people have no leg to stand on. Because that's kind of the thing, isn't it? Like, that's all they've been doing. Like, censoring people. Like, if you go to colleges and start talking about why we need guns, oh, you're an idiot. And, like, they fail you, right? If you talk about, like, anything, like if you have to sort of toe the line politically. Like anyone conservative in college can sort of tell you this, where you can't really talk about how you really feel about certain things because so many of these professors are communists, right? So many of them have these ridiculous worldviews that aren't sustainable. They think they're a lot smarter than they actually are when they're really complete dipshits. It's unbelievable. Once I think men specifically stop going to college, once there becomes an alternate way to sort of become successful without going to college, like 6 figures without going to college, like I do think it's going to start drying up. Like I do. Like they're not teaching anything worthwhile. Nobody trusts academia. Their narratives never make any sense. They always try to like make everything gay or black or whatever. Like nobody cares. Like nobody respects you because you're not worthy of respect. Like I'm surprised like whenever I read like a Harvard paper, like how amateurish it comes off as like it's someone trying to push like a specific agenda. You can kind of see through it if you're aware of certain things. Yeah, it is absolutely absurd. Yep, in college. Yep. I know that feel, buddy. Yeah, I think what's going to happen is that like colleges are going to become like predominantly female. Like everybody is going to be a female who's going for like a basic degree, right? Just to go. They're going to get smashed by Chad or they're going to get smashed by Chad, and that's going to be it. Like, they're not going to be able to get a job. No one's going to be able to pay their bills. Like, maybe Okay, here's the thing about OnlyFans, right? Like, women are making a ton of money on there right now, but, as more and more thoughts go on there, like, they're going to be replaced all the time. You're going to have a very, very short shelf life as a thought, right? And, you're going to, like, squander all that money. You're not going to know how to invest it. You're not going to be able to... Like, I imagine a lot of these thoughts are, like, buying houses or whatever, and then, like, losing all the money and not being able to pay, like, basic bills. Like, I imagine that's a thing that happens. Like, we'll have to see how it turns out in the next couple of years, but, most thoughts are not going to be millionaires, you know what I mean? Like, I've observed thoughts, like, trying to, like, sell their nudes and not being able to do it, you know what I mean? Because they're just not hot enough. Like, you know what I mean? And there's always going to be a hotter chick. And there's always going to be someone who's better at promoting themselves, basically. Again, they have a very they explode out of the gate because so many thirsty fucks want to fuck them, all right, and give them money for lewds or whatever for the personalized experience. But like when the money dries up, like not gonna look good for them. Not at all. Not at all. It's oof. Yeah, when thoughts hit the wall, it's not a pretty sight. It's not a pretty sight. Again, that's the main career for women leaving college is like, oh, I'm gonna go on OnlyFans, like, or in college, like, oh, I'm gonna be on OnlyFans. Like, why even go to college to begin with? Like, why not just do it straight when you turn 18 and use that money to like buy yourself a car and like go to Vegas or whatever? Like, it's I don't know. I was just like, oh my god, like Vegas, like why is that a thing? Okay, but anyway, okay, so yeah, whoring yourself out on OnlyFans, like. Women are going to be more successful doing that than they are getting an actual career, and I imagine like thoughts will have a better time like hiding their past than career women. Honestly, like career women are very very undesirable. I straight up don't talk to them anymore. They're really really obnoxious, and they think very highly of themselves, although they can't do shit. That's another topic in general. I mean, I guess I could talk about that. I guess I could talk about like career women. I was going to talk about women in general. Yeah, I guess we could focus on that a little bit. Wait, what time is it? Oh shit! Has it been an hour already? Oh man. Well, okay. So I mean, I would like to talk about career women. I mean, here's the thing. Even if they make plenty of money. Right, they're gonna want someone with more money than them. You know what I mean? And they're sort of in this weird position where they legit believe that their money is like desirable. You know what I mean? Like men actually want their money, but basically every man they would want like has money. So it's like this weird situation in which like the guy is just like, you know what, I can just talk to a younger girl, and then they just do that. Like and. I mean, it happens. It happens a lot. Like if you're a super successful man and a super successful woman, or if you have a super successful man and a super successful woman, the man is just going to do better and better as he gets more money and gets older, while the woman is going to do worse and worse. Like she's not going to be able to pull anybody, really, like anyone. And I do think that like women sort of need to. Focus on family things first when they're younger. Like to me, it doesn't make any sense to go to college like right out of the gate for a woman. Like what's the point? Like just get married. Like it's not that big of a deal. Like find someone with money. Like come the fuck on. It's not that hard, especially if you're cute. Like come the fuck on. Cute and sweet. That's really all you need to do. And then you're basically set for life. Like women with careers doesn't really end well at all, and I think they're kind of they don't really understand that that's the problem. They were sort of told that they should get careers, they should become educated, and they should like do this stuff when they're wondering why they're miserable basically. Yeah, I think every woman I've met in the workforce is miserable because she's not doing the things she's inclined to do. Like she's basically just doing the things she was pushed to by feminists and by society. Like, oh, you should. Feminism at its core, like basically just teaches women that they should strive to be exactly like men. When that doesn't make them happy, it's not fulfilling for them. It's not in their best interest. And like all you need to do is get married. That's it. If you're a woman, that's it. That's all you need to do to be successful. Well, I don't think. Okay. I'm kind of generalizing. Like, of course, you need to like take care of yourself and like be healthy and stuff like that. Work hard at what you're supposed to do, right? As a woman, but like career shit, no, that's not what you need at all. It's completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. Again, like it starts young. It starts with the parents. Like the parents just need to take care of them better, and. They'll grow into fine young ladies. Like, don't pawn them off on schools. Don't raise them in front of the TV. Don't introduce them to celebrities. Like, raise them to be good people. That's all you need to do. And plenty of people are like that, you know what I mean? But there are also plenty of thoughts, and just avoid the thoughts. They are already miserable, I assure you. Oh yeah, by the way, this is kind of the thing that I differ on when it comes to like Drexel for Mercado Law. When it comes to like the whole thought thing, like Drexel doesn't understand this. I don't think he does. Drexel only sees women when like he's basically fucking them or when they're like attracted to him. Like otherwise he like just ignores them, right? As he should. Like you shouldn't really pay attention to them. But what he doesn't understand, like in my opinion, is that like a lot of these thoughts are completely miserable people. Like he understands they're broke, right? But what he doesn't understand is that they're like miserable in their personal lives, right? Like they have like a bunch of toxic friends, they have a bunch of people fucking them over, they have like a bunch of personal problems, you know, like induced by their thoughterly, no doubt, but like their thoughterly, you know, the actual act of sex with a random dude, like or like getting attention from a man, like it's a diversion from like everything that's wrong with their lives. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of an escape. Like if they live like fulfilling, meaningful lives, they wouldn't be thoughts. You know what I mean? Just like how men, if they were living meaningful, fulfilling lives, wouldn't jack off. They wouldn't watch hentai. They wouldn't fantasize about fucking little sisters the way that Digibro does. Like you know what I mean? Like they would just be normal people, basically. Thoughterly is basically just an escape from like a terrible, a diversion, I should say, not necessarily an escape, from a terrible life situation. You know what I mean? I don't think it's like indicative of like the true nature of females at all. Like that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because a lot of these girls don't actually like what they're doing. They're just doing it because it's the only way they know how to get ahead. You know what I mean? Like it's this kind of logic where like porn stars will shit talk other porn stars. That's kind of my thoughts on it. Again, I think I need to debate someone on this point, but again, everyone is miserable, not just young men. It's like it's thoughts too. It's young women. They have their own problems. And no, it's not just because Chad won't fuck them. That's honestly, I don't think most women meet Chad. Like everyone's out like thinking that like every reasonably attractive girl is getting banged by Chad all the time. But I'm always hearing like women talk about like, oh, like putting up with like absolute bullshit because they don't think they'll be able to find a bigger Chad than him. Like again, like. Anyway, yep, I think that's everything. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Yep, all right. Thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to check out my website at blackcatbooks.org. Subscribe to my channel. I think I'll be playing Hollow Knight tonight. I'm not sure. Should I stream it? Like, should I stream it? I think I almost want to, like, dedicate the channel to, like, regular live streams at this point. I'm not sure if I should continue gameplay streams, but maybe I will. Yeah, I think I might as well. All right, so Hollow Knight tonight. We'll see where that goes.